Okay. In the previous class, we were discussing about how to design an impedance matching network using Smith chart, ZY Smith chart. Okay. So in the ZY, for a given load, we have to mark the load over the Smith chart to find the impedance matching network. So this is a impedance matching network here. To find the components of this impedance matching network, usually this consists of reactive elements like an inductor and capacitor. Um, uh, we are using this ZY Smith chart, the values of inductor and capacitor, to bring the input impedance here. Looking towards this terminal 2 to what we needed is it should be equal to the characteristic impedance of this one, or it should be 50 ohm. That 50 ohm we are achieving here. Okay, our intention is to bring this to the value equal to 50 ohm. That's why. Okay, that's what we needed in these problems. So by adding some components to this ZL, so you can add like a capacitor in and inductor in series and in shunt along with this ZL. We can change the impedance looking between these two terminal. Okay, this is a for example, this is given here. Some impedance is given here. We should change this impedance to 50. It is not 50 ohm. 50 ohm means normalized is equal to 1. ZC must be equal to 1, but it is not the value. So what we can do by adding a inductor and capacitor in series or shunt, we can change the impedance between these two terminal. Okay, either here or in series. Okay, so what are the values we can add to the this one to bring the impedance between these two terminal equal to 50 ohm or matched. It is matched condition now for this problem. Okay, so for that, it is if you go for analytical method, it is a little difficult to find because of lengthy equation and all. We can easily find those values using this Smith chart. Okay, so what we did, now what we have to do to get the values of inductor and capacitor. See, in the previous class, we were observing this. This is a problem what we have taken. So this is a load. Some load is there. To get the value of inductor and capacitor, we have to move over a conductance circle or resistance circle from the point A. So given load, this is a given load here. This load is given here. We should mark that over the Smith chart. So this is a marking of the load here. Next, what we have to do to this load value, you should change by adding capacitor or inductor in series or a shunt. To add those values, what we have to do, either you have to move on a conductance circle passing through the point or a resistance circle passing through the point. So you must be careful about this. You should take only the circles, resistance circle like this or conductance circle like this. Okay, from the given point, either you move over a resistance circle like this in the clockwise direction or in the anti-clockwise direction. Either you can go like this, clockwise direction or in the anti-clockwise direction on the resistance circle, or we can move over a conductance circle in the clockwise direction or in the anti-clockwise direction, such and move like that and reach G is equal to one circle or R is equal to one circle. Okay, so here in this particular problem, what I did, our load is here. I moved from here. Okay, I moved like this on the conductance circle and reached R is equal to one circle. This is R is equal to one circle. Okay, so you are moving over a conductance circle like this and reached here. Okay, from here you can reach the center of the Smith chart. That is the 50 ohm here. Okay, 50 ohm impedance here. Okay, from here, because to reach the center, to reach the center, either you have to move on a R is equal to one circle. See, R is equal to one circle like this. Or you can move over a G is equal to one circle. See, this is a one. This is a another way. Either you have to move from move over this circle to reach this point. This is D is equal to one circle, or we have to move over this circle to reach this point. That's why what we have to do, starting from anywhere you are, first what you have to do, you identify the resistance circle and the conductance circle passing through this point. You decide now on which circle you should move and in which direction. You see here, I am moving in this direction. And if I move in this direction, I can reach this R is equal to 1 circle. So once I reached R is equal to 1 circle, I can move to the center of the Smith chart. Okay, that way we have to decide first. So like this we can move. So from here movement you can obtain which element you have to add. So here this is a load here. So load is there here. So we moved like this on the conductance circle in the clockwise direction. It adds a shunt capacitor here. And next what we did, C to B we moved to reach the here. So it is on resistance circle in the anti-clockwise direction. Again it adds a capacitor in series. See, capacitor in series. So we come to know this is a capacitor in shunt and capacitor in series we added. By adding like that, we changed impedance between these two terminal equal to 50 ohm because we reached here. Okay, by load is here, it's change by doing like this, it changes the impedance to some value here C. Next to from here we moved like this by adding a capacitor in series, it changes so by adding this element and this element, the impedance looking in this direction, it is changed. Now it is equal to 50 ohm because now we reached here. Okay, like that we can change the impedance. So we can find this is the way what we have to do to get a impedance matching. If you want 50 ohm here, see, if you want 50 ohm, you should reach this point. I want a 50 ohm between these two terminal. What I did, I reached this point. 50 ohm means this is on the Smith chart. I should reach here. Okay, by adding components. Okay, this is one of the way moving here to here and here to here. I did not move like this. See, I did not move like that. Why? Because if you move in the anti-clockwise direction, you do not reach a G is equal to 1 circle or R is equal to 1 circle. Because to reach this point, you should first come to the R is equal to 1 circle or a G is equal to 1 circle. Okay, but if you move this way, you do not reach R is equal to 1 or G is equal to 1 circle. So do not go like this. Okay. Similarly, see, you can go like this also. You can go like this also. You should see whether can we reach G is equal to anyone, either G is equal to 1 circle or R is equal to 1 circle. See, now if I move like this, I can reach G is equal to 1 circle here. Okay. So you can move from here to here, then from here to here. That is also solution, another solution. Okay, we can have multiple solutions. Okay, one solution is by doing like this and like this, we can bring a impedance equal to 50 ohm. Another is you move like this, we will be reaching here, then you move here. Okay, that also gives another solution. See, that I have done here. See here, moving like this. Okay, and then you move from here to here. So what is that impedance added here? Moving like this, it is a on resistance circle. You see, this is a resistance circle we are moving, and we are moving in the anti-clockwise direction. It adds a capacitor in series. See, this is a capacitor in first next to the load. This is a next to load means this whatever the movement we have. This is a resistance circle, and we are moving in the clockwise direction. It adds capacitor in series. Next, from here we moved on the G is equal to 1 circle. G is conductance circle. This is a conductance circle to reach this point. So it is moving on conductance circle in the clockwise direction. It adds a inductor in shunt. See, moving on conductance circle. Sorry, moving on conductance circle in the clockwise direction adds capacitor in shunt. See, like I have given already in the previous semester. Okay, I will give you again, but you should remember. Okay, so this is a moving on conductance circle in the clockwise direction adds capacitor in shunt. So like this. So this is another solution. Now also we will be getting the input impedance here is 50 ohm. So like that you can move over a conductance circle or a resistance circle to reach this point. Okay, so I moved like this and this is one solution. In the previously I moved like this and then like this, that is another solution. Okay, but you can see if you move like this, can we get a solution? See, from here A, if you move like this, you do not get a solution because it will never, you will never reach a G is equal to 1 circle or R is equal to 1 circle. It ends here. It never cuts the G is equal to 1 circle or R is. So we are not moving like this. Okay, so this is what we have to do on the Smith chart to get a 50 ohm input impedance. We want a 50 ohm. That's why what we have done, we moved from here to here, then to here. Okay, so in the converse way, for example, I want this value, and I want this impedance. See, instead of having a here 50 ohm, what I want is, assume this is 50 ohm connected. This is a 50 ohm. 50 ohm impedance is there. Okay, but I want impedance here looking between this direction, uh, equal to this value, equal to this value. Okay, what I can do in the opposite direction, you have to do. See here, this is a, for example, 50 ohm. This impedance is 50 ohm. Okay, I want this impedance. Okay, what I can do, start from 50 ohm. Okay, you move like this over the, first you should move on conductance circle like this. You see here, you can move like this and reach here. That is one of the resistance or conductance circle passing through this point. See, starting from here, you move like this. Okay, you reach this point. From here, you move here. Okay, you started here, you move like this, and then you move like this. So what we can do, we are moving like this. See, from here, for example, this is a load given. I want this impedance between these two terminals looking in this direction. For example, I want this impedance. What I can do, mark the 50 ohm. This is a 50 ohm, load is 50 ohm. For example, load given is 50 ohm. You mark a load 50 ohm here. What I want this impedance here, impedance looking in this direction. I want this is equal to ZA. I want this impedance. What I can do, you mark the load 50 ohm, for example, given. Now from here you move like this and reach this circle. From here you move to here. Okay, so I can, if I have a 50 ohm, I can get here the value impedance equal to this. Okay, that is by moving from here to here, that is moving on conductance circle in the anti-clockwise direction. See here, moving on conductance circle in the anti-clockwise direction. It adds a shunt inductor. This element become inductor now, inductor. And from here you move like this. This is moving on resistance circle in the clockwise direction, inductor in series. Okay, so conversely also we can do, we can bring any value of impedance here also. Okay, if 50 ohm is given, for example, this is given 50 ohm. I want this impedance between these two terminal. Okay, how I can get, this is 50 ohm, you mark here, you go move like this and reach like this. Other solution is, for example, you can move like this, you move like this and come like this. Okay, then also we can get impedance here is equal to ZA. Okay, so this in the Smith chart, you can either you can opt a 50 ohm here. See here, if you want a 50 ohm input here, impedance must be 50 ohm. From the given load, you move like this to reach the value here. See, if I want 50 ohm between these two terminal, this is something load is given. Okay, I want 50 ohm. What I have to do, mark the load and you move like this and like this, bring the impedance to 50 ohm. You mark it first, you mark it here, then you get a, now in the converse way, this is 50 ohm, for example. So then mark again 50 ohm here. Okay, I want this impedance, you mark this also. For example, some value is given here. Okay, mark the impedance, whatever the value of impedance we want here. See, 50 ohm is marked here and the given load is marked here. You move like this. For example, I want a 50 ohm here. I want 50 ohm. Okay, what I know this this point I want to reach. This point I want to reach. Okay, this is ZL given. I marked ZL, and what I did, I know this. I should reach this point because I want a 50 ohm. I should reach this point. What I did, I marked ZL, and you move like this. Okay, to get a value like this, 50 ohm. Now in the converse way, see, if I want ZL, so the here impedance I want equal to some other value. This is, for example, assume 50 ohm is given. What you have to do? You mark a 50 ohm. This is given 50 ohm. Next, what value we want to get? This value I want to get here between these two terminals. What I can do? So you start from here. See, previously we were bringing this to this value, but in the converse problem, this is given. So you mark that is 50 ohm is given here. 50 ohm. Assume this is 50 ohm is given. I want to bring this to this value. So you mark what value you needed. What value you needed? I want the value impedance this value. Okay. Given is this. This is 50 ohm. So how to get this between these two terminal? Start from here. You move like this. Okay. You will be getting this value as an input impedance. Okay, clearly you see the difference. See, this is some value given. If you want 50 ohm, 50 ohm I needed, I marked here. Given value here is a marked. To get a 50 ohm here, I moved like this. Okay, but if this is given, you mark this. What value I wanted, you mark that also on the Smith chart. This value I needed, you mark that also. Now, from 50 ohm, this is 50 ohm. To get this value, what you have to do? You have to move in the converse way, opposite direction. See, like this, then like this. Okay. They may be, see here, if you move like this is in the opposite direction, clockwise direction, here clockwise. So inductor here in the anti-clockwise direction on the conductance, arts inductor in shunt, and moving on the resistance circle in the clockwise direction, arts inductor in series. Okay, for the opposite problem. You understood now? Okay, there are two ways we can get. You can get any impedance here if a 50 ohm is given. If a 50 ohm load is given, you can get any value like this by moving in the opposite way like this. Or if this is, if you want this is 50 ohm, what we have to do? You mark this load, and from there you move like this to the 50 ohm. Okay, whichever the value you want, to that point you should move. Okay, I want 50 ohm. What you have to do? You mark this and move it and bring to the 1. If I want a here equal to the impedance A, what I have to do? This is given, ZL is 50 ohm is given. From given you move like this and reach here. Okay, so that way we can do. Okay, so this is a impedance matching. Impedance matching not always getting 50 ohm. Okay, 50 ohm always between these two terminal always it is not needed 50 ohm. It may be anything needed. This may be 50 ohm. This some value you may need it. Okay, or you may need here 50 ohm. This may be something the converse way. But the movement on the Smith chart is the same, but opposite direction here. Okay, you should keep it because in the amplifier design we need that 50 ohm easily will be there, but what we do, we are bringing this to some other value. See, like this, from 50 ohm to this value we bring the input impedance. But in this particular chapter 3, unit 3, some load is given. We are bringing this input impedance to 50 ohm. Okay, but in the amplifier, same Smith chart, everything is same. Only the difference is 50 ohm will be given, but you should bring this input impedance here should be equal to something like this, any some value. So 50 ohm is given, you move like this and reach this point. Okay, the procedure for reaching this point is same, but in the opposite direction. Okay, this is it audible? Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, okay. So, this is about this movement on the Smith chart. How to get a impedance. Okay. Either you can get a 50 ohm or any value given like this as a input impedance by moving like this. Okay, similarly, here is one more problem I have taken, as I said in the previous class. So this is a given load here. I want a 50 ohm here. So I want 50 ohm here. Given load is this. Okay, this is given, and I want 50 ohm. What I did, I marked first ZL. See, this is ZL I want here. I know this what value I want. That also you should mark. I want this as a input impedance. I want 50 ohm here, because destination you should know what value I want 50 ohm, you should mark here. And from which value is given, this is adult, it is given here. So I should change this value to this value. So what I did here, so from here I have to move, I should reach this point. Okay, to reach this point, what I have to do, from here you move either on a conductance circle like this, okay, or on resistance circle like this. Okay, but first you should move to the r is equal to one circle or a g is equal to one circle. See, this is sorry, I have not written here. Either g is equal to one circle or r is equal to one circle, you have to reach. Okay, but from here, see here, you can reach only r is equal to one circle. See here, you can move like this on the conduct, this is a conductance circle. Okay, from here, if you move like this, you will be reaching r is equal to one circle. This is r is equal to one circle. So from start here and move on conductance circle in the anti-clockwise direction, reach this point. That is r is equal to one circle. After reaching this point, you move on resistance circle. See here, move on resistance, r is equal to one circle, and reach this point. Whatever destination value we want, move here. Okay, so moving like this, you can get a impedance matching. That is, see, if you move like this, it is inductor in anti-clockwise direction on the conductance circle, or inductor in shunt. And from here, what we did, C to B, we moved in the anti-clockwise direction. Okay, on the resistance circle, that are capacitor in series. See like this. So the solution is from here to here and here to here. Or another solution is from here you can move like this also, reach here. Okay, from here you move on here. That is another solution. From here you can move like this in the clockwise direction, then you go on here from here. Okay, that is another solution. Okay, if you move like this, it adds a capacitor in shunt, next inductor in series, like this. Okay, that is another solution. But you see here, from here, if you from here, if you move on a conductance circle, either in the clockwise, anti-clockwise direction or in the clockwise direction, you can get a solution, because in the moving in the anti-clockwise direction, you will be reaching the r is equal to one circle. Or you can move in the clockwise direction, you will be reaching r is equal to one circle here. So you can finally you can move to here. That is, solution is possible. But you see here, if you move over here, see, over the, if you start from here, move on resistance circle. See like this, you cannot reach r is equal to one circle, or g is equal to one circle also. Or you can move in the anti-clockwise direction, that time also you do not reach r is equal to one circle. Okay, you cannot move on this resistance circle for this particular problem. If you move on resistance circle, you do not get any solution. That's why we are not moving either this way or this way on the resistance circle from here. See, solution we can get by moving on the conductance circle passing through this point, either in the clockwise direction or anti-clockwise direction, or moving on the resistance circle in the clockwise direction or anti-clockwise direction. Okay, so but the thing is, starting from your given point, you move on resistance circle or conductance circle. But the thing is, you should reach the r is equal to one circle or a g is equal to one circle. That is not possible here for if you move like this on the resistance circle. That's why we did not take that moment. Only we took moving on the conductance circle. Okay, so you should be careful about that. Okay, that is what we have here. Uh, okay, so that so now next what we will do is, okay, we moved we know how to move over the Smith chart, that we understood from here. Okay, so the next thing is how to find out. So we moving on this arts inductor and capacitor, but how to find out the values. Okay, that is a next task here. To find the values of this capacitor or inductor, whatever added. So I have given here, you see here in the previous semester here, uh, first element. uh, okay, what is the procedure in the previous class, previous semester we discussed that. Okay, so here moving on constant conductance circle are shunt elements. So moving on resistance circle, see here. So moving on constant resistance circle arts series element. Moving on resistance circle arts series element. Okay. So you know if you move on a resistance circle, it arts a series element. But in the clockwise direction and anti-clockwise direction, there are two main. In the clockwise direction, if you move on the resistance circle, it arts inductor as a series element. See here, if you're moving on constant resistance circle, see like moving on resistance circle, this is a resistance, any resistance circle, if you move like this, okay, move, this is moving on the clockwise direction. If you move in the clockwise direction, it adds inductor in series, it adds inductor in series like this. Okay, so now that inductor value you can find out. See that what value of inductor, you know, Smith, how to move on the Smith chart, you know. Now you should know the value of inductor. What value inductor? Series element it added. Okay. To that you should use this equation. This is a equation. Okay. So J omega L is equal to J Z naught into X. Okay. X is a reactance at point B. Point B reactance. Reactance at position A. See here. What is a reactance at the starting point? This is a starting point and this is a ending point. Okay. Reactance at position B, your ending point. Reactance at position A, starting point, initial point, and this is a final point. Okay, you note down what is the reactance at this position. That means you read the you see the reactance circle passing through that point. See, this is the point. Which reactance circle is passing through that point? You should see. Okay, this is what is the reactance circle passing. It is point 2 circle is passing. You know down. So what is the reactance at A? It is point 0.2. Point 2. Okay. What is the reactance at B, point B? You know, see the reactance circle passing through that point. That is the 0.5 circle is passing. So 0.5 and this is plus point 0.2, point 0.2. B is point plus 0.5 and A value is plus 0.2. So what is the X value? It is 0.3. 0.3. You substitute that in this equation. Substitute that in this equation. So what is that? L omega will be 2 pi f. Value will be omega value will be you can calculate 2 pi f. F is be specified. Z naught is whatever the impedance given, characteristic impedance of the system. Okay, 50 ohm you substitute here. You get the value of N. X we know from here. What is the reactance at this position? What is the reactance at this position? How do you find reactance at this position? You see which reactance circle is passing through this point. This point. This is the reactance circle passing. What is the value here? 0.2. I already told how to read. Okay. What is the reactance per here? You see. Along with the sign you should take. Okay. So that is 0.5. So what is the answer here? 0.5 minus 0.2. It is 0.3. Substitute that here. So you will be getting what is the inductor value added. From this equation, you can get inductor value. Just you find out inductance here, take a difference and substitute that in this equation. You will be getting the inductor value. Understood here? So that is the way of getting that inductor value. Okay, similarly, see here also. Okay, if you move from here to here in the clockwise, what we did on the resistance circle, we moved in the clockwise direction. That adds inductor in series. Okay, so inductor value found using this equation. So you should remember this equation. You should use this. Now in the other, for example, you are moving on the resistance circle in the anti-clockwise direction. You see here, if you move anti-clockwise direction, what happens if you move on resistance circle in the anti-clockwise direction? It adds capacitor in series. It adds capacitor in series like this. Okay, what is the value of capacitor added? That you should find out what value of capacitor it adds by moving like this on the resistance circle. To find out that, again same procedure. Find out a reactance at B. See what is the reactance at this position, final position. This is initial position. You should minus the initial value from the final value. Okay, you find out what is the reactance passing this point. That is 0.2, minus 0.2 here. See at B, what is the value? Minus 0.2. What is the reactance at this position? You see the reactance circle passing through that point. That is plus 0.2. This is plus 0.2. Take a difference. Minus 0.2, here minus 0.2. That is minus 0.4. You substitute that in this equation. This equation. You will be getting the values of C. So that is the C. You know, in the previous year impedance matching, what we did here, we are moving on, see like this, moving, see, moving from here to here and here to here. Moving here, moving from here to here, and the resistance circle in the anti-clockwise direction we moved. It adds a capacitor. But what is the value of capacitor? How do you find it? This is a procedure. This is a procedure here, what we discussed. See here. So moving on resistance circle here on the anti-clockwise, it adds capacitor in series like this. What is the value of this? You find out a reactance at this position, reactance at this position. How do you find the reactance at this position? You just to see which reactance circle is passing through this point. See, this is a reactance circle. Read that value here, whatever given here. Okay, similarly reactance at this position. Read the value. Okay, you substitute that in this here. Okay, you will be getting the value of capacitor added here. What is a capacitor added here? Okay, similarly, moving on, conductance circle adds a shunt element like this. Okay, shunt element again, moving on, conductance circle in the clockwise direction. Moving on, conductance circle in the anti-clockwise direction. Anti-clockwise direction is the clockwise direction. Okay, if you move in the clockwise direction, it adds capacitor in shunt. If you move anti-clockwise direction, it adds the inductor in shunt. See, conductance circle. See like this. This is a conductance. This is a conductance circle. Okay, this is a conductance circle. Moving on conductance circle in the clockwise direction. This is a clockwise. Moving on conductance circle in the any conductance circle, if you move like this, it adds the capacitor in shunt. See like this. Conductor always adds a shunt element. Moving in the clockwise direction, it adds the capacitor in shunt. See like this. Shunt element is capacitor. Capacitor, what is the capacitor value? That you can find out from this equation. This is a equation here. Okay. So only the unknown is B here. Unknown is B. How do you find the B value? To find the moving on conductance circle in the clockwise direction, it adds a capacitor. But you should know what is the value of capacitor. For that, what you have to do, find the value of B. How do you find the value of B? You read which B circle, susceptance circle passing through this point. Which susceptance circle passing through this point. See, this is the susceptance circle passing through that point. What is the value of that circle? 0.5. Okay, that is 0.5. A value is 0.5. This is plus 0.5 because in, all below our B values are positive. So it is plus 0.5. And next at B, at position B, what is the susceptance value? That is small b value, susceptance. You see which B circle is passing through this point. See, this is the susceptance circle. Which susceptance circle passing through this point B you read? That is 1 here. 1. Susceptance value is 1. At this position, susceptance value is 1. Here, susceptance value is 0.5. So, 1 minus 0.5. Answer is plus 0.5. Okay. So, you substitute that in this equation. You will be getting what is the value of capacitor, actual capacitor connected here. Okay. So, like that, you can find out what is the capacitor value added here. Just you see from where to where you moved. Note down the susceptance value here and note down the susceptance value here. Take a difference. Okay, we will be getting capacitor value here. Similarly, moving on conductance circle. See, moving on conductance circle in the anti-clockwise direction. There are two type of movements we are doing. Okay, one is in the clockwise direction like this, or it may be in the anti-clockwise while doing impedance matching. While doing impedance matching, what we do, either we are moving conductance circle or a resistance circle in the clockwise direction or in the anti-clockwise direction. Okay, that's why if you move on a conductance circle, because while doing impedance matching, you need to move either in the clockwise direction or anti-clockwise direction, or it may be on the resistance circle or on the conductance circle. Okay. So here, this is a conductance circle. This is a conductance circle. Now what we are doing, we are moving on conductance circle like this. See, this is what I am saying is to find out the value of inductor and capacitor. I have taken that moment, just I have took the impedance matching, we are moving, okay. Just a part of that I have taken, which element will be added if you move in the clockwise or anti-clockwise direction, and how to find out the values. Separately I have taken, I am discussing here, okay. So, we for example, we are moving in the conductance circle in the anti-clockwise direction. See like this. Which element it adds? It adds the inductor in shunt. Inductor in shunt. Okay. What is the value of inductor? That you can find out from this equation. Okay. You should do it while doing impedance matching. You should use this procedure to calculate the inductor value. Because we are adding like this element, inductor and capacitor in series also, or any combination of this we are adding. So how to get the values of those L and C? This is separately I have taken and I have taken and discussing. Okay, do not confuse here. Just how to find out the values I am discussing here. See, if you move like this on the conductance circle in the anti-clockwise direction from any point, see from here to here. What is the value of susceptance? You read here. See like this. So, what is the susceptance? You find here. What is the susceptance here? You find out. You take a difference here. See now, B. What is the susceptance at B? See here. You take a susceptance circle passing through this point. It is 1. So, I have taken plus 1. And take a susceptance value passing through this point. That is 0.2 here. I have taken, sorry, 2. It is 2. I have taken 2. 1 minus 2, it is minus 1. Because this is plus 2 here. Plus 2, this is plus 1. But a difference you are taking here, minus sign, this sign. So it is minus 1. Substitute that here. Okay. You will be getting what is the inductor value. This procedure you should use there in the impedance matching. Okay. Similarly, if you do like this, moving in the clockwise direction in the impedance matching network design, if you move like this on the conductance circle in the clockwise direction, to find out the value, you should use this procedure, these equations. Similarly, for this resistance circle movement, series element, capacitor or an inductor, okay, these 4 equations. See, it is moving on resistance circle in the clockwise direction, you should use inductor. This is moving on in the anti-clockwise direction on the resistance circle, capacitor. You should use this equation to find the capacitor value. Similarly, moving on conductance circle, either in the clockwise direction, capacitor in shunt. Use this equation to find the capacitor value. See like this. Okay. So in your impedance matching network, you should use this procedure to find the values of inductor and capacitor. Okay. So that here, see like this. See now here. So what we did here, we are moving on impedance matching now. Impedance matching. So to get an impedance matching, from here we moved on conductance circle in the clockwise direction to reach the C. So moving from here to here, it asks capacitor in shunt. Capacitor in shunt. What is the value of C? You should go now back to that. See, moving on conductance circle in the clockwise direction. How do you find the value of capacitor? You read what is the susceptance circle passing through this point. What is the susceptance circle passing through this point? Note down the value of this susceptance value, this susceptance value. Take a difference and use this equation. Moving on, this problem. In the clockwise direction. See, moving like this procedure. But in that problem, it is somewhere moving in the clockwise direction. Adds capacitor in shunt. What is the element added? This that moment you should take. There the moment is somewhere here, not here. But don't confuse. On the conductance circle, you read the susceptance value like this for this problem. So this equation you should use now here. Here you should use that equation to get the value of uh, capacitor. Similarly, moving on resistance circle in the clockwise direction, use that value I have discussed in the previous slide. Okay, moving on resistance circle in the clockwise direction, adds anti-clockwise direction, adds capacitor in shunt. How do you find this value? You should go to here. The procedure I have given how to do that. Moving on resistance circle in the anti-clockwise direction. See like this. How do you get C? This is a equation. Okay, you should know X value. How do you find X value? You take initial point, final point you know. Okay, you read what is the reactance at initial point, final point. What is the reactance at initial point? You know down. Take a difference and get the value. That you substitute here and do that C value. Okay, so that you should do like this. Okay, that is what we have to do. So you can get like this impedance value, capacitor and inductor values you can get for here also. To find this values, you should use the procedure what I said in the previous slides. Okay, so for one I have done here, one example I have done here by taking actual Smith chart here. Okay, this is it is required to develop a L matching network that to transform a load impedance to match a transmission line of 50 ohm. Okay, characteristic impedance at frequency 1 gigahertz. So this load is given. What we need to, we should bring the impedance between these two terminals equal to 50 ohm. Okay, so what the procedure is, you should mark this load first. You should mark the load first. That is 2 plus 2j. This is 2 plus 2j normalized impedance. You mark it on the Smith chart. See, this is a 1, 2 plus 2j. See, this is 2 circle. This is a circle 2. Okay, and what is the reactance? Reactance is also 2. 2 plus 2j means intersection of 2 plus 2 circle. This is 2 circle. R is equal to 2 circle. And X is equal to 2 circle. Intersect here. This is a point A now. Okay, so that is a given load. Given load you should mark first. Normalized load. That is 2 plus 2j. 2 plus 2j. This is a point, load point I marked. Intersection of R is equal to 2. Intersect X is equal to plus X 2. That I marked here. This is the point. Next, what we have to do here to get the impedance matching? from here. Huh? So you should bring now this impedance to 50 ohm, that is needed. What is the impedance needed is 50 ohm. You mark it also. This is a 50 ohm what we needed is. Okay. So next what you should do, from here you identify which are the circle passing here. See here. See, from here you should move on a, you should identify reactance, conductance circle and resistance circle passing through this point. Okay. See, this is the conductance circle passing. That circle is not, see, this conductance circle is there, it is not passing. This conductance circle is there, it is also not passing. So what I did, I drawn myself some conductance circle in between the two. Need not to draw full circle, just you mark it something like this. Okay, so this is a conductance circle passing. Okay, through the point, just parallel to this line you draw. This is a line here, conductance circle, but this circle is not passing, and this conductance circle is also not passing. But you draw yourself parallel to this and this. You draw. Okay, this is a, so this is a conductance circle passing. Next, you draw here, you see resistance circle is passing. This is a resistance circle passing through this point. Okay, through this, identify first resistance circle passing through the point and conductance circle passing through the point. This is a conductance circle passing. I have drawn myself because there is no line. So parallel to this and this, you draw one more circle like this, approximately. That is passing. So this is a conductance circle passing. This is a resistance circle passing. So now next for impedance matching, what I have to do? From here, either I can move conductance circle like this, in the clockwise direction, in the anti-clockwise direction like this, or in the clockwise direction like this. Okay. Or I can move from here in the, on the resistance circle. You see, I can move like this also. I can move like this also. But you should think, if I move on which circle, I reach R is equal to one circle. See, this is the R is equal to one circle. This is R is equal to one circle. See, starting from here, if I move on the resistance circle like this, okay, I cannot reach this circle. Either I can move like this, I will be going like this. If I move like this, I will be not reaching this circle. See, this is R is equal to one circle. If I move on R is equal to two circle like this, I will be go somewhere like this. It never cuts the R is equal to one circle. So the only the solution is, from here, instead of moving like this on the resistance circle, what we can do, from here, you move on the conductance circle passing. See, this is a conductance circle. Okay, so from here, you either move either in the clockwise direction or in the anti-one direction. So what I did is, in this problem, from here, I moved in the anti-clockwise direction and I reached R is equal to one circle here. Moving on conductance circle, from here, I reached conductance circle, R is equal to one circle. I stopped. So it adds some element. Which element it adds? Inductor in shunt. So from moving here, clockwise direction on the conductance circle, adds shunt inductor. Okay, you find out the value of that. How do you find inductor value? You find what is the susceptance value passing through this point. So here you should find out what is the susceptance value passing here. You follow the procedure what I said in the previous. Okay, what is the susceptance value passing here? Some, this is 2, this is 4, both are not passing, but you draw in between that some value here. That circle value you should note down, susceptance value here, and susceptance value passing through this point. You move like this, move. This is a point, something it is given, it is point 5, point 2, this 2 or something. Okay, point 2, point 5, this circle, you see, it is not passing. This circle is also not passing, but in between those two some circle is passing. You approximately you take this value in between this value and this value. Okay, so that value is maybe here, see here, this is 2 here, point 2, this is 0.3, 0.3. In between those two means no, 0.25 here. This value, B value. Read the which B value passing here and which B value passing here. Okay, note down the B value. Take a difference and find out, use the procedure. You will be getting the value of inductor added in shunt. Okay, that value you will be getting, inductor value added here. Okay, so that I have done here, inductor added here. See, actually it is minus 0.45 minus 0.25, because here you see here, what is this value here? This is zero point 0.5, this is 0.4. In between, if you take some susceptance value 0.45, and above or B values are negative, minus 0.45. Similarly here, B value is in between this and this, zero point 0.3, this is 0.2. In between those two is the 0.25 B value. So minus 0.25. See, minus 0.25 minus 0.4. Here is minus is there in the equation itself here. So minus of minus point plus, it becomes plus. So the answer is, this is minus 0.4 plus 0.25. The answer is minus 0.2. That value you should substitute here. You will be getting the inductor value. What is the inductor? That is 39.8. Okay. So, okay. That is by moving like this. Moving from here to here, I got a inductor in shunt. Next, what we are doing? From here, we are moving on a resistance circle. In the anti-clockwise direction, it adds capacitor in series. See, capacitor in series. Okay, so moving on from here to here, adds capacitor in series. So you should find out for a series element reactance X. How do you find that X? You should read the reactance at this position. See, reactance at this position, reactance at this position. Okay, what is the reactance at this position? You see which reactance circle is passing through that point. See here, this is the reactance circle passing through the point. It is around 1.7 here, because it is 1.8. Here is 1.6. This is 1.7. Okay, so what is the reactance at C? Read, that is 1.7 around, plus 1.7. And what is the reactance here? Your C. Moving from here on the resistance circle in the anti-clockwise direction adds capacitor. To get the value, you need a X. What is X here? Reactance at B minus reactance at C. Reactance at C is, see at here it is 1.7 here. 1.8 here. See this circle, it is not passing. 1.8 is this, it is not passing. 1.6 is not passing. In between the two, this circle is there, it is passing. It is 1.7. See, it is 1 point plus 1.7. What is the reactance at B? I need a reactance at B. Okay, reactance at B is here, this it is 0. X value is 0 along the straight line. B and X values are 0 along the straight line. This is along the straight line here. So B value is 0 here. So minus 1.7. Okay, that you should substitute here in this equation. Okay, second element is a series capacitor. To get the value, you should series element, you should read the reactance at these positions. Shunt element, you should read the susceptance values. That's all. Okay, same here. So like that, you can get a value of C. So this is if you do that, you will be getting the value of C. So that is impedance matching. Okay. Now the impedance is equal to 50 ohm. Okay. Is it audible? Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
Are you sleeping? Because I already completed this. So please go through the previous semester TLW course. I have nicely explained, I think, better than this in the TLW. All of you must go through that impedance matching. Okay. Again, I have same thing I have repeated here. Okay. Please, all of you go through the TLW course. Okay. This will be there for the test. L matching network will be there. All of you must practice. Okay. And okay, I will give you the syllabus for the test. It is starting from 21st, I think. Okay, today we will conclude. In the next class we will see. Please, all of you go today itself through this material.